Like, how do we surprise ourselves? You know? And then somehow crap just falls into place where, you know, you just kind of tick on something and you go, ooh, we had that guy in season 2, and it can turn out he was this all the time.
And this first 2 parts of the triptych are a little unique because this is technically the finale.
Yeah, these are both part 1. Yeah. These 2 and the episode after sort of create what should have been last season's finale. Sorry, we did it again. Yeah, so it's like 2 parts that have nothing to do with each other until Hank shows up at the end, and then the 3rd part, which like we're not done with yet. I'll be honest with you. Like I'm mixing it next week. It wraps it all up in the weirdest way, man.
It's just because they use your show as an outline sometimes at my school to teach us how to write.
Really? What school do you go to? Oh,
I go to Los Angeles Film School, and for like screenwriting class, we've actually talked about your show. And I'm not kidding. Like, I've sat and talked about writing for television writing, especially in 15 to 24-minute format. Venture Brothers comes up, and we talk about how you guys organize each episode for for each act. And especially then for the entire season. It's one of my favorite shows, and I try to show as many kids as possible.
Oh my God, do you want to revise your answer about this throwing shit on the wall?
I think you should answer the question. What does your school think is the process by which they outline the season?
They're lying to you.
Would you like to outline a season?
You should just give me your tuition. And we'll talk.
That's how the cult began.
They believe your show is like, each episode's a 5-act, like, sort of build.
Okay, sure. You know, before I did the Venture Brothers, I wrote for the animated Tick series. And that was kind of my only job before that. And that was like 3 acts, so like the Venture Brothers was weird. Like, I wrote the first couple as 3 acts, and then Mike Glass was like, nah, we only got 1 commercial break. And I'm like, oh crap, so what is it, 2 acts? It's horrible. So we just had to kind of figure it out and make stuff up.
It's due to the amount of A, B, and C storylines that you have going all at once.
We've had some D, E, F, G's in our time. Yeah, we've kitchen sinked a couple of those, but
Love Boat was a big influence, wasn't it?
Love Boat, yeah, of course. Fantasy Island. That's so neat, though. I'd be happy to come try to talk to them at your school.
I think it's incredible, the influence in schools that I've heard Venture Brothers has had. I met a guy who worked for like an MIT killer somewhere in Arizona, and he told me there was a class project for the robotics course to build Helper. And he asked me for schematics. I was like, I think I could get you a turnaround, but there's no such thing as a schematic. It's a two-dimensional
drawing from 2003.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just love your show, and I mean, a lot of us are Adult Swim fans that go to the school, and I mean, from animation to film, like, we all just, and even music there, we all just love Adult Swim, and it's just something that we all get around. And Venture Brothers is always
sensing an honorary doctorate.
Yeah. I need that.
A doc. Insurance.
Thank you for your question. What else? Who else? You've already got a mic in your hand. Where did you get a mic?
Hi, my name is Heather.
Oh,
wait, this one right here, Brandon.
Heather, there's a gentleman in the back who is ahead of you. I'm
Gentleman
sorry.
first. Sorry, she's not dead.
Yeah. What has been your favorite episode to work on?
That's really hard. I don't know. Weirdly, like a lot of the ones Doc writes are kind of interesting for me because I get to just be a director, which normally I don't love, but like every once in a while, like I really liked making the one from last season, the one that ended with the weird slow motion bullet thing, like Christopher Lambert showing up at a party and stuff like that. That was just like a lot of fun to make because it looked pretty, and we got to do all this weird like Goodfellas style needle drop music and stuff. That was just a pleasure to direct at the end of a really hard season. Yeah, I guess that one is my most recent favorite. There's a couple coming up this season that were fun, but I can't talk about them.
Mike, are there any Dean scenes that stick in your head?
You know, the Dean 19 episode was...
Oh, where it's like his deformed clothes?
Yeah. That was really tragic and like kind of deep. And there was some other conversations we had about how it would end. and then in the end he just blew up.
Yeah. There's a screenwriting course for you. When you don't have time for your fourth act, just blow a guy up and cut to credits. Yeah, we've made a thing of bad endings, and then you pretend it's part of the joke. Heather, we're ready for you.
So,
Are you taking a picture or reading the question?
I'm recording because my dad couldn't make it, so...
Hi, Dad.
Hi. I actually never watched the Venture Brothers. I don't watch much Adult Swim in general.
Oh,
but
don't start with these two episodes.
my point is...
Don't start with callbacks to crap that was on TV before you were born.
Yeah, well, the point is, like, I'm actually really interested because I actually went to your panel earlier today and it really sold me on the show. So, do you have any advice or comments for somebody who's watching you for the very first time and going in completely blind?
Ooh. Everybody around you might have better suggestions than I do.
How do you not just go back to the beginning? I mean, like...
Really? That's a lot.
You have to start from the beginning.
Yeah?
You have to.
All right.
You just made a comment about how difficult it is to watch these first two because they have callbacks back to the very beginning of the show.
Sure. I mean, I could give you a short list of episodes to watch, maybe.
You made a show that has to be binged.
There you go. Welcome to computers and binging.
Brandon's putting it over there.
It's like all on Netflix pretty much now, right?
Oh yeah, they have the live stream of all the episodes.
Oh right, it's just like constantly running.
Constantly going.
Like a Christmas story.
Hey, do you guys have any plans to use other Hanna-Barbera characters in the future? Because I love the Johnny Quest part.
You mean Action Johnny for legal reasons? Dr. C? No. That didn't work out. That was a lot of fun to do that kind of stuff, but yeah, I don't think we have the same kind of relation. I don't think even
I don't think Ray Spannon is going to be appearing on the show.
Relationship with that stuff anymore.
I've been wanting to do more. Well, on every show I do, I want to see more Harlem Globetrotter tie-ins. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be good. Yeah.
Now, did Team Venture ever play the Harlem Globetrotters?
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's pretend that happened.
I'd love to see Captain Caveman and/or the Teen Angels. Just the Teen Angels. You hate Captain Caveman?
Crap. That was crap. That was the worst part of my childhood, having to sit through that.
I met the guy
Because all the good stuff was done. Bugs Bunny was over, all the good stuff was done, and you're just like lingering with your Cocoa Puffs going, I don't know, I don't want to start my Saturday yet.
Who likes this Air Bear bunch?
Yeah.
I met the guy who created it. It was weird. It was at a movie set in North Carolina, and he was like, "Oh, I heard you work in animation stuff, and I used to work for Hanna-Barbera. I created Captain Caveman." And I went, "Oh, wow!" And he said, "And also Scrappy Doo." Oh.
You're a nightmare. You're a terrible person. Nice to meet you.
It's like a conversation ender right there.
He was very sweet.
Doesn't make up for it.
Who else do we got? I saw hands up before. Now, there we go. Hello.
Hi, Jackson. My question was about if you and Doc actually have a final destination in mind, or you just seeing where things take you?
No. No, right? I mean, we want to keep going. Like, we're not done yet. I think in the past, at various moments during this show, we've had some ideas about a final destination, but I don't think it's about that anymore. Like, I don't know. We're starting to feel like when and if this show ends, we will leave on more of a Sopranos note and go, no, cameras are turning off, but these guys they have lives. You're just not watching anymore. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll have a great idea someday, but we're not ready for that. Yeah. We have temporary destinations, like we have stuff we didn't get to this season that we know we want to next season. We have other big reveals and stuff. We have some weird little short-term plans, but you know, nah. Nobody seems to want us to make a movie, so
Except for you.
Yeah, except you, maybe a couple other people.
We could crowdfund with just your donation and make it very cheap.
That big live-action classic team venture movie.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah.
That question came up when James and I were doing press today, and James said that you had told him a song that you would use for the end if there would be one.
Yeah, that was a
Can
long
you share
time
what
ago.
that song would be?
Oh, no, well, at this point it's become a cliche. But probably 10 years ago I thought we would end, and I thought like season 4 would be the last, and Dr. Venture would die. JJ was still alive at the time, and he would kind of take over. And there was I wanted to use Mr. Blue Sky before that was in everything. I had a whole dance number. Would have been a terrible ending, so we kept going instead.
That's cool. The ending that would have been. That's interesting.
This is a good part for Helper. The little robot voice. Yeah.
And Godzuki.
Next question.
So, you guys made the Sovereign disguise himself as David Bowie most of the entire time. Well, what made you guys think like, oh, let's make him David Bowie? Like, what was the?
Because David Bowie was the coolest son of a bitch on the planet, and like he just sexy and cool. There's no way he wasn't the king of supervillains.
I'm into it. You guys got me way into David Bowie when the show came out. Like, I was like, I've heard about this guy before, and then you guys just made him way cooler, way badass, and then I started looking into him. So you're the reason for my David Bowie obsession.
Well, you're welcome. Because yeah, Dave Bowie's worth getting obsessed about.
Oh, that and educating, being part of the curriculum in film school.
Yeah.
Actually part of this cultural phenomenon, it turns out.
Good God, I had no idea.
I'm gonna tell Linda Zemensky about that.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How are you?
Pretty good. I got a question for your voice. You guys got a pretty expansive crew. I mean, you got Chris. I don't know. You guys just do the greatest voices in the world. How the hell do you like do so many voices for so many characters?
You auditioned. Until you started talking about voice acting, I was like, hey, this guy's got a good voice.
Seriously, hey, if Patrick's like dancing, just
Patrick, you do sound like that.
Just yawn a lot. I practice like every day. I was curious, like, how do you just formulate your voice to do so many things?
Because we write this crap, so we always, like, half the time we write by just, like, mouthing off to each other in different voices. And then we get married to those and hire somebody who can actually act to do them, and then we yell at them for half an hour and go, do it like it's in my head!
Well, that's how hatred. That's how hatred came about.
Yeah.
You guys have to redraw some characters just to formulate the voice, or?
Once or twice.
Once or twice, alright.
Yeah. Once or twice. Mostly due to like ethnicity and stuff like that, right? Oh, Jesus, that guy doesn't sound like that drawing looks. But swap it for a different, yeah.
It's a little way that it's the ethnicity thing doesn't really work out, as you can see. I don't look like Patrick. Yeah. Alright, that's it, I'm done.
Thank you.
I mean, the light is really bright in your eyes, so sure, it's like that.
Hey, guys.
Hi there.
Hey, what's the story behind Brock's car? I know its name is Adrian, but was there any inspiration,
Could you speak up? Behind Brock's what?
What was the inspiration behind Brock's car? I know it's Adrian, but what made you guys decide that he would love Led Zeppelin and his car?
Because look at him, like he's, Doc and I both grew up in the 70s, and Brock is kind of like what a blue-collar, tough kid from the 70s wishes he was. And it's like, everybody on this show is a kind of didn't quite grow up person, Nobody's got moms or wives or girlfriends, like they all never grew up. There's a lot of Arrested Development on our show. And so, yeah, Brock is like what some dirt bike kid in the 70s would think was the apex of manhood. And so, of course, Zeppelin. And, of course, a 69 Charger. And Adrian, yeah, it's named after Adrian Barbeau.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we actually said that in the show, but that's why that's why it's called Adrian.
She was hot. Really cool. Oh yeah, really hot.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, where does Brock keep all his porno mags?
I don't need porno. I don't need porno.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So you mentioned Blue Sky just a second ago in terms of music on the show. And music has really been a big factor in the show itself. Is there any very musically centric and driven episodes you have coming up that we could look forward to? And if not, who do we need to bribe or kill to make that happen?
No, the episode you just saw, we had to license a Street Life from the Sharky's Machine soundtrack, and that's about as important as music got this season, other than just the score being really driving stuff.
You're bringing it back to number one.
Yeah, J.G. Thirlwell, our composer, did an awesome job this season, and like, there's a couple of episodes that are really moved by what he does. But yeah, we didn't get too songy. It's very expensive to use real songs that you've heard on the radio.
Oh, you make your own. You make your own as well. Doc makes his own.
Occasionally, yeah. I mean, yeah. Doc's got a whole other life as a musician, and hasn't been doing much of that. But and then we kind of broke up Shallow Gravy because Dean and Hank moved away. But I don't know, maybe not. Maybe season 8. Who knows?
I want to find the
Who's next? I don't know. People are moving
over here. I'll go over there.
Go first.
Hello. Hi guys, name's Rich. Lifelong member of the T-shirt of the Month Club.
Good, yeah. That's the version 1's shirt club. Right?
Looking forward to the next batch of T-shirts, by the way. My wife, not so much. But question on the use of technology in the show. In the beginning, you were intentionally kind of vague on what decade the show was set in. It was based, on kind of the stylist Johnny Quest. But as the show has aged, it seems like you guys have made a very definite choice to make technology catch up to today. What do you guys do to decide on that?
It didn't seem like you were ever really.
No, we weren't.
The Ventures were stuck in the past because of the compound.
Right.
But the world was the present day.
No, they lived in the shadow of a 60s world. But the show has always taken place in the present. Nobody knew it would take so long to make all our seasons, or we'd be on this long. So it's always just kind of the present. Maybe 3 or 4 years have gone by in the continuity on the show, and we've mostly avoided talking about like real life events or giving dates or anything. So that's a weird thing, because we don't want that like Simpsons thing where like every 5 years we make up a new origin for everybody to make up for like what time it is. But I don't know. And then there was like when we started the show, there were no smartphones and all that crap. Actually, kind of the shift in season 6 where we had JJ becoming successful with an Apple-like company. That was kind of when we were like, all right, we should embrace that, because that's, the new. Yeah. And JJ kind of represented popular real-world technology, which Dr. Venture kind of despised. It's like, no, death rays, teleporters, like, where's that a crap? And JJ was more pragmatic. And, that's why he's a billionaire. That's why Doc is a billionaire now. So, yeah, I think at some point we realized, hey, these like fancy talking watches, everybody's got that now. That's dumb. So yeah, they had to catch up, I guess.
And hover bikes, everyone's got those.
I know, right? What's the hover bike?
Right over here.
And yes. My question is there no hope for Rusty?
Is there no hope for
Rusty?
Yeah.
For Rusty? What do you mean? He's doing all right. He's got a pretty good life.
I feel like I've seen character development in all of the characters, and I've seen them go through a lot of, except for freaking Rusty. Watching these 2 episodes today, Rusty's still the same as season 1. Is there no hope for Rusty?
I don't think he's popping diet pills anymore.
Yeah, right. He might be laying off the diet pills. I don't know. There's hope for all of us, man. Hope isn't as funny. as this persnickety, twitchy jerk. But you know, maybe that's our next push. Maybe that's season 8 is growing this guy because everybody around him has. I don't know.
And I think he would disagree with that assertion. He's living his best life now. The kids are out of the nest.
Yeah.
He's got all the money.
Now
he
that I
wants.
don't have these albatrosses around my neck, I could really cut loose. Yeah.
I don't think he would take a kidney from each kid now. I think he certainly changed after the cloning was no longer an option.
Yeah, I don't know. We should dig into that. As writers, we should probably think about that.
All right. Hi, how's it going? Oh, sorry. I told him he was going to hold it. Anyway, so my question is about the parody and an homage in Venture Brothers, and I was curious if there was ever like a parody and or homage that you really wanted to do that you guys decided was maybe going too far and decided not to go with it.
You looked at me like you remember one.
I think you've done everything you wanted to do.
Yeah, when they come up, we do it. Yeah, no. You really think there's anything we've stopped ourselves?
You saw a Sharky. You saw a Sharky's machine reference.
We're talking about Sharky's machine. Nobody has seen Sharky's.
You do everything you want,
people
so
who live in Atlanta.
Yeah. Anyway,
For those of you who don't know, it takes place in Atlanta.
Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I didn't know it took place in Atlanta.
He'll bring the mic to you.
I just want to know what's been your favorite plot twist in the show that you've written?
I don't know. We're getting to some of the next.
A girl who's never seen an episode, earmuffs, right now.
Oh yeah, sorry.
From Heather, right?
Yeah.
Who's never seen. So you can't hear these. For me, it was the. I remember doing this show and talking about the end of season 1 when certain titular characters were deceased, and everyone I think you brilliantly sowed the seeds for people to come to their own conclusion that the new Venture Brothers were going to be the generation before, and then clones. That was great.
That was I don't know. What about you? You got one?
No, I think there were probably mysteries that the audience assumed were mysteries.
A couple hundred people, and there's lights in my face, and I'm exhausted. But
I mean, the book certainly covers.
Ones where I went, that's pretty good.
The book covers a disagreement between you and Doc about what could have been a twist.
Totally bought the book.
Stop talking about it. The what?
I totally bought the book.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, buy the book. We got a book out. Dark Horse put an art of and behind the scenes book out, and it's just coming out at the con. It's so thick.
It's so thick.
That might be the one for our new viewer to check out.
I don't know if they're doing the signing. That's all I'm asking.
Also, nice
watch. Read the whole show.
I like your PS1 shirt. That's awesome. I'm really into retro, electro.
I love how he's
Honestly, one of my favorite plot twists is in the episode that follows these two. So there you go.
I was in elementary when it was out.
Me too. I still have
one back there.
Is this our last one?
Oh, segue. Book. I have one. I haven't cracked it open. If you could sign it, I would be honored. That's my question. Will you?
Yeah. Right?
Thank you.
What?
Yeah. Also for anyone who are doing a signing at the Dark Horse booth tomorrow as well at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but is that some ticket bullshit?
I believe it is a wristband event.
I don't like that. So okay. All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up, right? And I'll come and sign that. I'll sign your thing.
He's gonna sign it.
Whoever has the books, if we could, they'll direct you to a place that will be unobtrusive, and we'll sign those real quick.
Yeah, we'll walk around on this thing like a couple of Bonos or something. Just leaning in the crowd. All right, thank you very much for watching and for your questions. Enjoy the rest of the night.
August 5th.